name's Alyssa, and I'm back with another video. So today we're going to be, I'm going to be
reacting to Phil's quick thought that I kind of had in my head.
Testimony. This is basically a video where he's talking about his childhood and his life, and of course I already watched it before. I watched all my reaction videos before, but you know, something was just like, hey, just start making reaction videos. So yeah, we're going to see what, I already know what he's talking about. So together we're going to see what he's talking about. But I rock with the, you know, the child pictures. Inner child for real.
Today, it happened every time I work out. But really it was yesterday for real. I think I seen, like, I was on live. I seen, like, one person say, like, how you find peace for real? I'll probably say it was the most hard question to really, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get soak in or whatever. Like, I had to sit back. I was just last night just thinking for real, like, dang, like, how did I, like, come to this point where I'm more at peace? And it's like, it's more so like, I think when people say peace, it's kind of just like a, you know what I mean? We feel like, I guess, an emotional feeling. Like, you feel like when you have peace, you can't have bad days, or you feel like you have peace, so you can't have a day with somebody, you know what I'm saying, make you mad, or, you know what I'm saying, like, just everything. But I think the main thing with, and this is how I went about it, or how, you know what I'm saying, God freed me from a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I still struggle with a lot of stuff just like everybody else in the world. You know what I mean? So I want this page, this YouTube page, that I don't want y'all just to see the, you know what I mean, how, I know it sounds corny, but that's how I go. Like, that's how Instagram, the scripture for y'all to check that out. But yeah, I looked at myself as like a child, bro. Like, when I started seeking God and, you know what I'm saying, spending time with God, and I was like constant, because it was like I was trying to get an answer. Like, I was trying to get an answer, like, shoot, probably how y'all think too, where I was like, shoot, is God real? Or, you know what I mean? Like, is he, like, do he speak? Do people be lying when he say God told me this, God told me that? Because that was always my mindset. Like, when people say, oh, God told me this, or God said this, and it'll be full out sentences, I'll be having a still face, like, all right, now, like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, God did not speak like that. God did not speak to you like that. And that's kind of how I was, you know what I mean, basically thinking. And just kind of stuff that I guess built up, you know what I'm saying, for the worldly way of thinking, you feel me? So that was pretty much what had me feeling like that. But like I said, like,
now for real, I ain't gonna lie. Me personally, I ain't trying to, like, I don't want y'all to think I'm like bashing YouTubers, but me personally, I don't believe in God the way other people do. But I definitely do agree with a lot of the stuff Phil Cofer says, which is why I watch him. Like, me personally, I'll never go to church again, but me personally, I also believe everyone got their own, like, divine, sacred path to live. And I definitely feel like everyone should connect with the divine the best way they can, whether that's Christianity, Hinduism, stuff like that. But yeah, I definitely do agree, like, the universe does talk to you, and the universe does give you messages, you know, especially when you're on streams, but that's another episode.
I would get back to, like, pictures of, like, as me as a child, I always thought, like, I mean, like, them days were the good days. And I know everybody got childhood different, but I'm saying in the sense of, like, there had to be one spot in your childhood where, you know what I'm saying, you wasn't thinking about nothing. You weren't thinking about, hey, I'm fearful of this, or, you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean, I'm scared of this, or that. You weren't worried about that.
What do I be saying, y'all? Like, I don't know what it is. Like he said, I know we all went through different things as a kid, but the kid, like, 09, 08, 010, 2012, like, those were the best times, y'all. Like, being a kid, like, I don't care how good you got it as an adult. Like, me personally, like, even when I get rich, even when I get, like, what I want in life, I don't know if it would ever feel as good as being a kid. Like, it's just something about being a kid, like, you don't put no labels. Like, being a kid was just amazing. Like, it's just, like, no feeling can really replace being a kid, you know?
Having anxiety about that, like, it was more so, like, you would just, you know what I mean? Like, you would just, I know, like I said, everybody's childhood different, so I can't really speak for everybody, but my childhood was, like, it was definitely spots where I wasn't really thinking about nothing. Like, I was just thinking about, like, man, I know my dad got me, I know my mom got me. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I was just thinking, like, man, when my next present, or when the next time I can play the video game, or, like, when can I do this, or, Dad, what we doing for Christmas, or, that's what I feel like those were the best times, honestly. And then when we slowly started to grow up, that's when we started dealing with a lot of other stuff. Like, you go to middle school, you go to high school, it's just the, you know what I'm saying, it's the world. You get smacked with the world, you know what I mean? So being around other people, you get influenced. That's why I'm huge with, and I wasn't like this at all. But I'm used with now, it's like you are who you hang around too. You can say, oh no, I don't need it, but I'm telling you, bro, it's like a.
He right though, like 9 times out of 10, y'all, most people you see now, most people just hurt kids. Like most people, especially, and I can say this, most people aren't the same person they was when they was a kid. But the crazy thing is, you're the most like truest version of yourself as a kid because you have no programming. Like your parents didn't really, because you're just new to the world. You're not of the world. So we gonna fast.
You don't even mean. Again, you feel me? I was getting picked on, I was getting joned. See, that's why it's good to flee, which I'm still learning. I kind of found peace on my side is I kind of like step into myself, like step into into me if I was face to face. When I was spending time with God, I was just speaking to him like, man, why did I act like this? Like, why was I angry at times like this? Like, why was I doing this at this time? Like, why was I acting like this toward my parents? Or why was I acting like this? And the more I spent time with God, the more it would just click in my head like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, growing up wise, I even told my brother, I had a lot of like, not really, I wouldn't say crazy anger, nothing like I'm finna just go punch a random dude or nothing like that, but it'll be I'll be irritable. And I know that comes from a lot of bad eating too. You can be irritable by bad eating too, but a lot of.
I don't know about the diet stuff. Like me personally, I do follow a vegan diet. I try not to eat really soy, bread, sugar. I really don't. Me personally, I don't know. Like, I definitely do see a difference from my past self versus like who I was. But I don't think it's because of the diet. I think it's because of the work I put in spiritually. But, with spiritual work, you'll naturally just want to eat healthier, because you just realize, like, I got to take care of this divine temple because, we're all just vessels for this universe. But you got to become that.
Trauma too, so I feel like anger wise and stuff kind of built up because for me what happened with me, I say insecurity, so I used to be not like crazy insecure, but it'll be more so like I kind of keep to myself because I don't want nobody to speak to me the wrong way, or I wouldn't say nothing.
I was the opposite, y'all. Like when I was a kid, I used to try to fit in, be cool. At one point though, I did start hanging out with the popular kids, but it's like when I was younger, like before I became a teenager, I was hanging around the champ people. I ain't gonna lie, but as I became older, I started hanging up more. I started like the older I got, is the more I started hanging out with the people who were like up there more for real. In 12th grade, I hung around some people who wasn't. I mean, at 12th grade though, like I feel like at the end of the year, my end of the school year, everyone started hanging around everyone. Like a lot of y'all not like I remember people who I used to see like in 9th grade hanging out with the champ people or the unknown people. They were hanging out with the people, smoking with the people who were like up there, who were popular. So yeah, it's kind of weird. I feel like after a certain grade level, popular kids, champ kids, they don't really exist anymore. But yeah, I wasn't really the type that say to myself, but now I say to myself at times because I don't know. I just feel like, I mean, y'all know how I already told y'all my last Q&A, but I don't know. People be seeming like robots, like. So yeah.
I would just be kind of like, you know what I mean? Yeah, like in middle school, I think I said this on live yesterday. In middle school, I used to go to school, and this would kind of build up the anger. I used to go to school, and there was a lot of stuff going on at the crib. So we went from private school to middle school, so you already know what that jump is. Like, you're going from Christian to, you feel me, the real deal world. So yeah, when I went to middle school, we was 6th grade. It was okay. Like 6th grade wasn't too, I was a new kid.
I couldn't imagine going to a Christian school, y'all. Like, I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. I think I went to a Christian summer camp one day, but because my grandma was really into the church, like I had one of those families, but I don't know, man. It's just crazy. Like, it's so weird. It's like all the stuff that my parents raised me to believe when I was younger. It's like I don't really follow anymore, Not even like to disrespect them or nothing, but the universe got a different path for me. I really think I'm breaking generational curses, but back to the video.
Yeah, I was getting picked on, I was getting joned, I was going through all that, and then it started, my dad started.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. Like, I remember, like, I never got crazy bullied, like, but I definitely did get bullied a little bit in middle school, but, like, I tell some of this on my podcast, but, like, I don't know what it was, y'all, but stuff did not go my way when I was younger. Like, I couldn't choose a hairstyle. Like I can only like the way my hair is now. I can only get that like every blue moon, every once in a while. I like me, man, being a kid, like being in middle school. Whew, though it was a trip, man. But I don't know, like I definitely can relate to getting teased, made fun of a little bit, because my dad, he was a cheapskate. And I don't know, I don't know why. Like I don't know why I never asked my mom for like clothes or nothing like that. But I think if I was, I think I could only wear it down here. So either way, it wouldn't have been. I mean, in 8th grade, like she one time bought me a pair of shoes, but the thing is, I can only wear it on Fridays because you know what I mean. Like she didn't want me bringing stuff back and forth. But yeah, like I definitely can relate. Like I used to get made fun of and teased before the clothes I used to wear and just stuff like that. And then I used to be like an attention seeker because I just always wanted attention. I guess that's a part of my purpose or something. But I used to always act crazy. Like I was the one. Like I don't know. I used to do crazy stuff. Like I think I used to just. I'm trying to think. What did I used to do? I remember one time there was a girl that I used to like, and it was this girl, and whenever they said, whenever they said her name, I would just scream like real loudly, and all the kids would laugh. Like I used to act crazy, or I used to just go act crazy. So yeah, at times but I don't know though. It's crazy though, because one of the people that made fun of me, we ended up being cool in high school. Like we used to dap each other up, and sometimes we would be we ended up all hanging around the same people. I mean, well, not the same people, but it's crazy though. Like, dang.
Not feel good and stuff, and he had to go in and out the hospital. So as y'all know, like both my parents have passed away from being sick. If y'all didn't know that. Like side note, I think what my dad was going through kind of took a toll on her too. You know what I mean? Because she loved my dad so much. So seeing my dad like that and the person he is, I feel like that's how she kind of got sick a little bit too, from a lot of stress. Because stress be like a real deal number one cause of disease too. So when my dad was having the hospital bills and he was in and out the hospital and stuff, well, people don't even know about it. At the same time, they didn't know what I was going through. But they barely even knew me like that either. But at the crib, there was so much stuff going on at the house. So you know what I mean, like I said, my dad going in and out the hospital and stuff like that, and you know what I mean, hospital bills start stacking up. So you already know what's up with that. So the hospital bills start stacking up. We really wasn't having that too, you know what I'm saying, too much, like, I guess, we were having clothes, but we weren't having no clothes as, like, you know what I mean, you can dress, like, you can, you know what I mean, put a fit on, or do something with this and that, because I was wearing, like, Payless shoes, I was wearing Walmart shoes, I was wearing, you know what I mean, I was wearing whatever I could, to, you know what I'm saying, to go to the thing. When I was at private school, nobody really cared, everybody was just showing love, you know what I mean, we all friends, but in public school, they was flaming the mess out of me. I'm like, dang. So
for real, bro. And me personally, like, of course, because like, all I got is like nice shoes now. Like, I just before I say this, because I don't want y'all to think I don't got it like that. Yeah, but me personally, like, of course, as y'all just seen, like, I got my designer clothes, but me personally, I don't think it's like enough to the point where like especially as a kid, like you can't really choose your financial situation. Like, you can't choose if your parents are gonna be cheap or not. That's why I don't get like why as kids other kids would make fun of you for not wearing like a certain type of clothes or nothing. Like, it's one thing if you don't want to talk to a person, like, that's understandable, but to make fun of somebody, I don't see it that way. But sometimes they say like, but I guess it all teaches you like self-love in the end, because most of us, like, who be having the most worst childhoods, the ones who be getting bullied, we be looking the finest. That sounds camp, but we look the best. We end up being the cleanest. We end up being the flyest. Like it probably be a lot of people who like Like, y'all remember as kids when, you know, other kids used to be like, I remember this one girl in my daycare used to always say, like, the people who end up being ugly when they're a kid end up being, like, looking the best when they, like, get older. Like, I ain't even trying to talk about nobody, because you can always change. Like, anything can always change. Like, I know I look good, but who knows? I could get cancer. Wait, we ain't gonna speak that to existence, but who knows? Like, something could happen to me and I end up not looking this good. That's why I never talk about nobody. I never make fun of nobody, because I just realize, like, anything can happen any day. But, like, I remember some of the popular girls who used to go to my school, and by the time they hit, like, 11th, maybe 12th grade, they ended up gaining a little, like, they ain't really look the same for real. Like, of course, they still get dudes because, you know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. Or, you know, some of the, like, I don't know, you know, like, I guess it's all just a matter of perspective. Like, that's why I just don't ever think, like, I think that's why karma be coming to certain people, because I think the universe wants to humble us all and just know, like, we all equal. Like, because let's be honest, like, this house can go down and these shoes gonna be gone. Like, I just think, like, the universe wants us to realize and just love ourselves in any situation, because at the end of the day, like, none of this stuff is like any of this stuff can be gone any day. Like, the only thing you really have that's permanent is you. That's why I just don't. But as a kid, you're not thinking that deep. As a kid, all you're thinking about is, you know, when you become a teenager, a young teenager at that, all you think about is, this girl is cute. I want to go home, talk to my friends on the game. I want to, like, eat food. I want to go out. Like, that's all you really thinking about as a kid. You're not really, like, when you're young, you're not really thinking deep about life. Like, I didn't really start thinking deeper until I was 16, but that's only because I was going through so much. But as a kid, like, when life's stress free and you ain't really going through much, you ain't really alone. Like, you really kind of on the move. Like, you ain't really thinking that deep. So, you know.
Blaming me constantly every time I come to school. On some, like, bro, what are you wearing? Like, what are you doing? Like, this and that. And then 7th grade hit. It's still my dad going in and out the hospital, going back and forth, a whole bunch of stuff going on at school. And, like, people didn't even know, but it was a lot of times I had got called on the intercom. It would be every day. So every day I'm going to school, I'm like, I wouldn't even say I was praying. I was just thinking the whole time, like, man, help me.
Now, if that happened to me every day, I would cry. Like, it was kind of weird. Like, in 6th grade, it was only of, like, these 2-3 people that really, really said stuff to me. Like, it was crazy, bruh. Like, I remember this one girl used to tell me I look like an alien and just all type of stuff, man. Like, it's just crazy, though. But I don't know. I really wish the best for her, though. It was crazy, though. Like, dang. I kind of
Deal with it. Like, how do I help get over this? And yeah, once you start coming correct with yourself and start, you know what I'm saying, letting God show you the real you, the you that He been trying to show you for a minute, but you kind of kept denying it. That's when you really start to have peace. Everybody was like, probably looking at me like, dang, why he seem like he just so peaceful and stuff? Why he seem like he just so that? That's what was going on, bro. That's what I was dealing with. You know what I'm saying? I still have flaws. I still got flaws and stuff to this day, but it's in the sense of, like, that's what I was dealing with. That's how I was kind of unraveling. You know what I'm saying? So think of it like this, and shout out to Jerry Flowers on this. On Upwise, you know what I mean? We walking around with chains on our hands. So chains of trauma, chains of insecurity, chains of, you know.
He going deep, man. We really do be walking around with chains, though, and that's why you see most adults just the way they are, because most people never really tap into who they was as a kid. You know, that most people lose who they was as kids. You know, they're like, I feel like one of the best things we can do in this life is just heal and nurture our inner kid. You know, because our parents, they ain't really have it like that. Like, you know, like, most of us be connected. Most of us be living the same lives. So we probably all have the same type of parents. Like, the best thing you can do is really just heal your inner kid and just find out what made you hurt and just build yourself up. Like, every day I look in the mirror, say affirmations, and I just do stuff like that because I just know, like, I feel like the only way to live out the best, like, your potential on earth is just to, like, really have some type of connection with yourself, you know. But he's right, like, we really do be in bondage, you know.
being lacking self-confidence. We walking around with all these things, and everybody else is chained up too.
Right.
And he said, you know what I mean? They having the same chains as you. You know what I'm saying? So when you, like I said, you are like, it be who you hang around too is huge. So they having the same chains as you, and you know what I'm saying? Y'all both walking around with the same thing, all chained up together. And ain't none of y'all thinking, man, I'm trying to break this. Ain't none of y'all thinking that. Y'all just more so thinking like, I gotta go to the club, I gotta go drink, I gotta go smoke. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about like, yeah, just everything. You ain't really think about it too much. And at that thing, you don't even think about that you having a change, or that you covering something up. Like, help me realize, like, you got a lot of chains on, my boy. Like, and I ain't talking VDs. And I started to realize, I started to spend time, got like, I'm talking about I got chains.
That was funny, and I love Phil, but you're right. That's one thing I do agree with him, right? Like, I feel like the average Christian. That's one thing I'll say. That's one thing I love about Phil. Like, I love how Phil thinks on a deeper level, and I love how self-aware he is, because y'all, most Christians, that's why I'm not with the Bible, but most Christians don't be that self-aware. So that's one thing I really love about Phil. I love how self-aware he is. You know, and I really think like what he's saying is true. Like, you know, I think that's why most people be doing drugs and stuff like that. And of course, like, I do drink at times, I do weed at times, but I just don't do it I don't do it a lot. Like, I don't need it, you know. Most people, they need it, you know, and most people, they need to go into that other world. And of course, like, you know, there's no judgment over here, but I just don't feel like that's how we meant to be living. Like, we're not meant to feel low self-esteem and stuff like that. Like, yes, we're meant to have those experiences, but I feel like we're meant to overcome it. Like that's crazy. Like, life be getting so deep sometimes, but let's continue the video.
Chains on, like, what are you talking about, God? Like, what you know what I mean? And I started spending time with God more and stuff like that. And then that's when I really started to realize, like, dang, I actually do. Like, there's more stuff underneath that I was covering up that I ain't know until I started to separate myself and stuff. And I feel like once I separated myself and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Probably, like, I'm not saying people did or hate me or nothing like that, but it probably people looked at me weird because I'm trying to break out the chains. And I'm not saying nothing against nobody or saying anything on that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, an example. Like, I'm trying to break out the chains in the worldly ways they still having the chains on. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm trying to break out the chains, it's more so like...
Yo, when he talk about the worldly ways, I really do understand. Like, the world really be trying to corrupt you. Like, I'm telling you, there is really an energy out there who trying to take you over. Like, not even on the evil stuff, but like, I mean, when I say there's an energy trying to take you over, I mean, it's like an energy, like, I just heard ringing. That's how I be on point, y'all. But no, it's like an energy. It's like an energy, and it tries to take over who you truly are, and it tries to use you to promote what the world wants, like stuff like separation, competition, like bringing others down. Like, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but I remember one time I had a S trip, and I was tripping, and I was going through a lot that day. I was like, when I was talking to I was setting my intention before the, you know, TRIP, and I remember on the one scene, it was like, yeah, like, you can be, it's like the energy of the world can take over you to the point where you're not the person who you thought you was, and then you're like, and you don't even realize it. Like, you're not yourself, but you think you are yourself. Y'all, that was a deep trip.
This ain't the way I'm trying to live. This ain't what I'm trying to do. So probably people was looking at me crazy, you know what I'm saying? Especially the way I was eating, or especially the way I was maybe distancing myself, or this and that. But if y'all, you know what I mean? I feel like people, like, you know what I'm saying, see me in person and stuff, it's all love, bro. It's like, it ain't no hate. I ain't hating on nobody. I ain't doing nothing. That's how God was dealing with me. And I like, honestly, bro, I didn't even think I didn't really have no grudge against the people that was joining me and stuff like that. But I just wanted to speak it out my heart while I was in prayer and stuff, to make sure, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to have a clean heart, you know what I'm saying, especially before God and stuff. And that's one of the things that can help you, you know what I'm saying, when you're getting closer to God, man. So if you got somebody you haven't forgived, or a family member you having a grudge and stuff, that's one of the things that, well, I almost feel, that's one of the things that my pastor here in Orlando, we're kind of speaking about, man. You got to let all that stuff go, man.
You're right, you know, forgiveness, like, that's true. Like, that really can hold your heart down. That's why people be. That's why, like, y'all know, like, when you don't forgive people or when it's like trauma and stuff still in your heart. That's how people be having like health problems, back problems, like stuff like that. That's what that Erykah Badu song be like. Like, it's so much. Like, it be so much celebrities, movies, and TV shows that be trying to give us hints about how life really works and about the spiritual, especially Disney, y'all. Disney. They be trying to give us hints for sure. Like, those X-Men movies, oh my gosh. Nothing but divine messages. Like, these people, they really be knowing what they doing. Like, I definitely do agree with Phil, though. Like, I really do feel like you should forgive the people that hurt you, because most of the time the people that hurt you was like hurt themselves and they just really didn't know a better way. Like, one of the people who hurt me the most in my life was my father. And me personally, I think me and my dad's relationship was karmic, because I never really felt that connected to my dad. Like, I never was like my grandma. That's the person I felt the most connected with. Like, my grandma. Me and my grandma don't really talk that much, because when I entered my spiritual journey, I really started detaching from the world a lot. So a lot of the stuff I used to like I'm a whole different person from when I was like 16. So I understand why me and my grandma don't talk that much. It's just that we're on two different journeys, which is fine. I respect that. But when me and my grandma see each other, we still feel that love for each other, you know? And me and my grandma, me and her, like, I definitely will say, like, at one point, me and my grandma were really best friends, you know? And even when I became a teenager, like, my grandma would tell me stuff that she really didn't, like, I don't want to, you know what I mean? But I really do feel like me and my grandma definitely did have a connection, you know? But me and my dad, like, I never really felt like me and my dad was, like, I mean, I guess when I was a kid, like, I did feel like, you know what I mean? Like, but that's because you a kid. Like, nobody really hate a kid. But as I got older, like, I never really felt like this guy is like, I ain't even trying to sound messed up, because, you know, me being a black girl, like, I know I know a lot of y'all thinking like, you know what I mean? Like, you probably don't even see your dad, or you probably don't even know who your dad is. And I'm not even trying to sound ungrateful, but, like, y'all got to think on a deeper level with me, you know? But I never really felt like, all right, this is like my best friend, or this is someone who's like near and dear in my heart. Like, I don't know. Like, I just never felt like I needed my dad emotionally, or like I just never like financially. Of course I needed my dad. Like, you know what I mean? I needed money as a kid, but, like, other than financially, I never really felt like I needed my dad there. You know what I mean? Like at times I really do feel like I needed my grandma. I felt like I needed my uncle. Even I felt like I needed my cousin. I felt like I did want, like, but I never felt like I needed my dad. Like, I never, like me personally, I feel like if my dad wasn't in my life, I don't think it would have made a big difference. Like, yeah, I lived with my dad at one point, but I just never felt like, I don't know, you know, like, I just never felt that way. But I just feel like I still had to forgive my dad and let go of, like, the things that he did, because at the end of the day, most people, they don't know what they do when they hurt you. Like, they really just projecting.
You gotta give it to God. I ain't saying it's gonna be easy,
It's not.
but you gotta give those things to God. You know what I'm saying? That's all the way down to family members, all that stuff, bro.
He's right.
And that's why I was kind of just getting off my, you know what I'm saying, my chest, my heart. And he don't even know, because I know I'm a soft-spoken dude, so I'm very, very soft-spoken. You wake up, I just say thank you. I don't care how I say it or this and that. I just say thank you, bro, because y'all don't even know what I have. I didn't even tell my whole testimony. I want to do it at the right time. I want to do it, you know what I'm saying, so a lot of people can hear it, because I know it can help a lot of people. I just give y'all little snippets. I know I ain't posted in a little minute either, man, but it's all love of mine.
So yeah, I think this is about the end, because this video is already long enough. But he's right, you know. I agree with almost everything he said in the video, but of course, y'all, I'm not Christian. But yeah, see y'all later.